Inside IU East Sports is brought to you by the most unique furniture store in the world, the nostalgic Richmond Furniture Gallery in historic Richmond. Over 120,000 square feet, where Roger Richard will save you money.
Greetings, Red Wolf Nation. Welcome to a special summer episode of Inside IU East Sports presented by the Richmond Furniture Gallery. My name's Kyle Wright. I'm the Assistant Athletic Director and Sports Information Director here at IU East, keeping the host chair warm this week. If you'll remember, back in November and December, we introduced the first 11 women's basketball signees who will take part on the first IU East Women's NAIA basketball team. We've got Coach Tiffany Selhorst with us today. We're going to meet the 3 players who have signed this spring, bringing the total in this recruiting class to 14 players officially signed, sealed, and delivered. Coach Selhorst, if I was one of those recruiting websites that offers opinions about recruiting classes and recruits, if you're giving the opinion that those websites would say, what would be your assessment of overall of this recruiting class?
Well, I think that they would rank us pretty high. We have a really strong class coming in. We have 3 conference players of the years, and we would have had 4th, but Brooke actually just barely lost out to Mackenzie Campbell, so I'm pretty happy that we got 2 right there. So we had 4 1,000-point scorers this year, 8 in the top 100 high school seniors in Indiana, and 3 in the top 60 of high school seniors in Indiana. So, on paper, we're going to look really, really good.
Well, let's meet the 3 spring signees. We'll go in alphabetical order. So first, Bailey Draymond. Those that follow the high school state tournament in Indiana should be very familiar with her name. Her team, Vincennes Reveille's, had a lot of success in the single A state tournament. Give us the scouting report on Bailey.
Well, Bailey, yes, everybody's going to know who Bailey is that is familiar with Vincennes Reveille. She's been a key part of that program for the last 4 years. She played really strong her freshman and sophomore year and made an impact for them. So I think the thing that I would say about Bailey is, don't be turned off or don't be thinking differently about her size, because she is probably one of the toughest players that we have on this team coming in next year. And she's by far one of the strongest. She just day in and day out will get into the weight room and outlift boys right now. So, she's a very strong point guard, which I think is important for us. The other thing I would say about Bailey is that her biggest asset is she sees the floor really, really well. And I'm just going to give a warning to those future Red Wolves out there. You're probably going to get beamed in the head at least once next year with a pass from Bailey, because she's going to know you're open before you're going to know you're open. That's how well she sees the floor.
Okay. And then also speaking of Bailey, any interesting hobbies or other interests she has outside of basketball off the court to help us get to know Bailey a little bit?
I would say Bailey's kind of a country girl, so she likes to, big trucks, cowboy hats, cowboy boots. That was one of the first impressions that I got when I saw Bailey. But that just shows you that, she comes from a background where she's really tough. So.
Okay. Then next, alphabetically, Tia King from Warren Central High School. So give us the basketball scouting report on Tia.
Sure. Tia is probably going to come in and be our most athletic kid. The first time that I saw Tia play, she was cutting through the defense like it was nothing and getting to the basket. And for her size, that was really impressive. I won't be surprised. I feel like I can give her any kind of move next year, and she's going to be able to pick up on it pretty quickly. In high school, she played a point guard for her high school team, but here she's probably going to play more of a combo guard for us. I think that, I'll be able to have her bring the ball up the court, but then I think she's more deadly when she's off the court, and she's going to cut you or outrun you or outsmart you on the wing. So, she's going to be very versatile and very athletic for us.
And then some off-the-court interest for Tia. From what I understand, she could probably sit in this chair and conduct this interview probably better than I have. She's got a lot of sportscasting experience. Other interests besides that you know of Tia?
Well, no, that's pretty much one of the big things that is important to Tia. I know she wants to come to school here to become a broadcaster, and she has a ton of experience already in it. And yeah, don't be surprised if she is sitting in your seat and takes over your job someday.
Hey, and that'd be fine with me. All right, and then the third of the spring signees, Jenna Nepp from Bar Reeve High School. Very accomplished multi-sport athlete, actually, and thankfully you're getting her for basketball. So the scouting report basketball-wise on Jenna.
For basketball, Jenna's one of those kids that can do anything. She's very smart with the ball. She knows when to take great shots. She knows how to get herself set up, but she also sees the floor very well too. So she's going to get you the ball when it's time to get you the ball and put you in a scoring position. The other thing that is really cool about Jenna and why I was so attracted to her as a player was that she has great leadership skills. So not only can she play basketball and get those things done on the court, but then she can also tell you where you need to be. She's going to motivate you to get there, and then she's also going to be a great role model off the court as well.
Then something off the court, away from basketball, to tell us a little bit about Jenna.
Well, I would say that, kind of going along with the leadership thing, she was very big in volleyball and won one of the big
It's the Mental Attitude Award.
Yeah,
Basketball fans would know it as the Trester Award. They have a different name for volleyball, but yes,
Okay.
That's a really big deal for
Right,
someone to get
I was going to call it the Mental Toughness Award, but pretty much the same thing. But that was another reason why I like Jenna so much, is because you could tell that it's not just basketball. That's just who she is. She's just a great person all the way around. So.
Okay, so those are the spring signees. We're going to refresh your memories on the 11 fall signees. We're going to put their names up for you, run through those names for you real quick. Alphabetically again, the 11 ladies that signed in the fall, we have Mackenzie Bowles from LaPel, Daisha Boyd from Anderson, Mackenzie Campbell from Rushville, Caitlin Dobbins from LaPel, Taylor Hatfield from Triton, Kristen Miller from Ottawa, Ohio, that's Coach Selhorst's hometown, Kerrigan Niehoff from Rushville, Brooke Packer from East Central, Kayla Schaefer from Culver Community, Tori Schrum from Randolph Southern, and Kinsey Seiler from Centerville. Also going to show you some of the key dates for the first women's basketball season. The schedule's starting to take shape. The first game will be November 1st at Taylor. That's just about 90 minutes from IU East, about halfway between Marion and Muncie. So for those of you within driving range of that, definitely plan to be there on November 1st. The first home game will be November 11th against Wilberforce. Most likely will be the homecoming game. That'll be a men's-women's doubleheader. The men will tip off at 6, and then the women will be the primetime event at 8 o'clock for the first home game. That'll be at the Richmond High School Tiernan Center. And the first conference game will be January 10th at home against Rio Grande. Yes, it's pronounced Rio, and yes, they're in the KIAC, a new member of the Kentucky Intercollegiate Athletic Conference this coming year. And Coach, I'll let you give maybe your first televised pep talk, your pep talk to the community on just why they need to come out and be sure to watch this team in its first season.
Sure. Well, I think the biggest thing is I was very particular on the girls that I recruited. And I think that this team next year is really excited to be a part of history and build something special here. One of the things that I told every single kid was that's important to me is that we build that family-like atmosphere. And every kid was like, yes, that's the best part of sports, is when you build that family-like atmosphere. And I think, what makes great teams great is when that goes beyond just the team and gets out and involves everybody. So I think that if I was a fan, I would be excited to back this team because I'm going to feel a part of it. I'm going to feel like I'm part of that family. Playing-wise, we're going to be fast-paced. We're going to get up and down the floor. We have a lot of athleticism, so there's going to be pretty much anybody I put on that floor, you're probably going to get to see something unexpected.
Well, we certainly can't wait till that first game on November 1st, and excited to have the players here to get practices started.
Me too.
So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for watching this special summer edition of Inside IU Sports presented by the Richmond Furniture Gallery.
Inside IU East Sports has been brought to you by the most unique furniture store in the world, the nostalgic Richmond Furniture Gallery in historic Richmond. You won't believe your eyes. You won't believe the savings at the historic Richmond Furniture Gallery. I'll save you money.